Hey Yankees fans! Let's dive right into everything happening with the team and the recent moves in the offseason. After signing Cody Bellinger, there was a lot of chatter about what the Yankees might do next to strengthen the starting rotation. A lot of fans were hoping for big acquisitions. Maybe someone like Freddie Peralta or Mackenzie Gore. Well, things didn't exactly go the way some expected. Freddie Peralta ended up being traded to the Mets for Brandon Sproat and Jet Williams. That move left some fans frustrated, thinking the Yankees missed an opportunity, but when you break it down, it's understandable why they didn't pull the trigger. The thing is, acquiring someone like Peralta wouldn't have been simple. To match the package the Mets got, the Yankees would have had to part with significant prospects, probably George Lombard Jr. and others of similar value. That's a hefty price for a player who would essentially be a one-year rental. And that's not always a smart long-term move. Peralta had appeal, absolutely. But the cost to acquire him was just too high, and the Yankees were wise not to overextend for that. The Mets managed to negotiate the deal, and now they have a really deep farm system to show for it, but the Yankees decided to focus elsewhere rather than risk giving up too much, with Peralta off the board. Fans naturally wondered if Mackenzie Gore could be the next target. Gore was also traded, moving from Washington to the Rangers, along with several top prospects. Once again, the Yankees weren't in a position to match that trade either, and the package required would have been enormous. Gore is a talented left-handed pitcher, someone who could make an impact, but the cost was just too high. These kinds of decisions show that sometimes patience is more valuable than chasing after a name, even if it feels like the team is standing still. Now, with those top options gone, the conversation shifts to alternatives. Joe Ryan's name has been floating around, and that makes sense for a few reasons. He's 32, had a strong season with San Diego last year, and while he would bring some salary considerations, he could provide stability to the rotation. Ryan had over 30 starts, nearly 190 strikeouts, and maintained an impressive earned run average. The value he brings is real, but the Yankees still have to weigh what they'd give up to acquire him. Older pitchers with strong recent performance can be tricky. They're effective, but they come with financial and transactional considerations that the team has to navigate carefully, thinking about control and value. Joe Ryan has advantages over Freddie Peralta and maybe even Mackenzie Gore in some respects. He offers more years under contract without needing to give up an entire farm system. But the Yankees still need to consider the cost. Trades for proven starters rarely come cheap, and acquiring someone who can make an immediate impact often requires giving up a king's ransom in prospects or talent. That makes every decision a balancing act between the present and future. At the same time, many fans are frustrated because it feels like the Yankees might be rolling out essentially the same roster from last year. Concerns about certain positions are valid. Third base, shortstop, and even some spots in the outfield have lingering questions. Players like McMahon at third base provide solid defense, but haven't shown consistent offensive production. Shortstop remains a question mark, even when you factor in developing talent like Volpe. Outfield looks strong with Cody Bellinger now in the mix, but depth and performance consistency are still concerns. Grisham has potential, but could regress if he doesn't build on last year's success. Young players like Austin Wells and Ben Rice offer hope, though. Wells is at a point where he needs to make the next leap, and Rice has already demonstrated he can perform at an elite level offensively. If he takes another step forward, he could significantly change the dynamic of the lineup, even if he performs similarly to last year. He remains one of the better offensive players the team has, which is encouraging. The Yankees have pieces in place, but there's still uncertainty about how these components will fit together, and whether the roster adjustments in other positions will maximize the team's potential. There's also been chatter about players learning new positions, which could shake things up. Reports hint that someone is shifting to a new spot, potentially opening more opportunities or creating better alignment across the field. While the reports didn't clarify who or which team, it sparked speculation about players like Spencer Jones or Dominguez. The outfield seems settled for now, particularly with Bellinger and Grisham, but experimenting with positional flexibility could provide more depth and versatility, especially if injuries or performance fluctuations occur. The Yankees could be thinking long-term with these adjustments, preparing for multiple scenarios rather than relying on one static lineup. Dominguez, in particular, offers an interesting case, though he struggled in the outfield. He has a strong arm and physical tools that could make him viable in a different role. maybe even at first base or another infield position. Training a player for a new position at the major league level is challenging, especially for specialized roles. But some adjustments could be considered to increase his value to the team. If done correctly, it could also free up opportunities for other players while maintaining overall team competitiveness offensively. The Yankees still need to replace certain at-bats lost from departures like Paul Goldschmidt. First base and outfield flexibility may help bridge the gap, but it requires careful planning and strategic decision-making. Bellinger could slide into first, while other players shift accordingly to maximize offensive output. These decisions are a mix of immediate necessity and long-term strategy, highlighting the importance of careful roster management during the offseason. At the same time, Cody Bellinger's contract highlights the Yankees' commitment to improving the team. His deal, front-loaded with significant earnings in the first 2 years, ensures both short-term impact and long-term security for him, showing the team's willingness to invest in proven talent. This kind of contract structure balances risk and reward for both sides, offering Bellinger immediate financial incentives while maintaining options for the future. The deal underscores how highly the Yankees value him and sets the stage for their offensive lineup moving forward. There's a lot to consider with the Yankees right now: trades that didn't happen, players learning new positions, young talent ready to take the next step, and high-profile acquisitions like Bellinger all paint a complex picture. Fans are eager to see changes, and while some moves may seem conservative, there's strategy and patience and careful planning. Balancing payroll, prospects, immediate performance, and future flexibility is never easy. But the Yankees are clearly working to position themselves for both short-term success and long-term competitiveness. Now, thinking about the rotation, the Yankees have to face reality. The options for adding a proven starting pitcher are limited. With Freddie Peralta gone and Mackenzie Gore no longer available, the pool of high-impact pitchers is shrinking. The team could consider older starters, but age brings its own challenges. Longevity, potential injury risk, and performance fluctuations all factor into the decision. Joe Ryan, for example, remains an intriguing target because of his strong recent season and the control he has over his contract. He provides experience and stability, but acquiring him still comes with a price. It's a delicate balance between improving the rotation now and preserving future resources. There's also the question of free agent options, though realistically, the Yankees are unlikely to make a splash there. Most top-tier free agents demand long-term contracts or significant salary commitments, and the Yankees have to weigh that against other priorities. Sometimes the best path is to rely on the depth already on the roster and maximize the potential of young arms who could make a jump this season. That strategy involves calculated risk, but can pay off if the right players take the next step. Speaking of young players, the development of prospects remains central to the Yankees' offseason strategy. Guys like Austin Wells and Ben Rice are expected to contribute meaningfully, but their growth isn't guaranteed. Wells needs to refine his plate discipline and approach at the dish, while Rice must maintain consistency against top-tier pitching. If both can deliver, they could anchor the offense and offset any gaps left by departures or injuries. The Yankees are clearly investing in these players' growth, giving them opportunities to succeed while also preparing for future roster adjustments. Defensively, the team still has questions. Third base, shortstop, and the outfield all have uncertainties, and small adjustments could make a big difference. McMahon at third provides strong glove work, but limited offense at short, even when Volpe returns. Questions remain about consistency and overall impact. The outfield is relatively stable with Bellinger and Gisham, but depth behind them could become an issue if either struggles or is sidelined. Flexibility may be key this season, with players learning new positions to cover gaps or provide additional options during the long grind of a Major League Baseball season. Position shifts are intriguing because they allow the Yankees to maximize the skill sets of their roster. A player learning a new position can create valuable versatility, opening the door to more strategic lineup constructions. Dominguez comes up as a potential candidate for such a move, though he struggled in the outfield. He has a strong arm and physical tools that could allow him to thrive elsewhere, maybe at first base or even as a utility option across the infield. This kind of adaptation could help the Yankees maintain depth without relying solely on external acquisitions. Replacing lost offensive production remains critical. Players like Paul Goldschmidt accounted for significant at-bats, and the Yankees need to ensure those contributions are covered. Strategic moves like shifting Bellinger to first base or experimenting with other players in the lineup could help bridge the gap. Dominguez or Spencer Jones could provide flexibility in left field, while Gisham remains a central figure in center. The team has to carefully balance who hits where to ensure maximum offensive output, while maintaining defensive stability. Cody Bellinger's contract plays a major role in shaping these decisions. The front-loaded structure, with large earnings in the first 2 seasons and an opt-out option, provides immediate incentive while giving both player and team flexibility. It's a sign of commitment and a signal to the rest of the league that the Yankees are serious about competing at a high level. At the same time, it highlights the need to balance payroll carefully, especially when considering additional acquisitions or extensions for other players. Financial strategy, development of young talent, and careful roster management all intersect here. The Yankees must make decisions that balance immediate competitiveness with long-term sustainability. Every trade, every positional shift, and every contract extension has ripple effects across the roster. It's a puzzle that requires both strategic thinking and a willingness to adapt as circumstances evolve throughout the season. The bullpen also plays into this equation. While the discussion often focuses on starting pitchers, a strong bullpen can carry a team through difficult stretches and give the starters breathing room. The Yankees have depth here, but certain high-leverage spots may still require reinforcements. Balancing innings for the starters while keeping relievers sharp and rested is a constant challenge. The front office and coaching staff need to coordinate closely to ensure the team performs consistently across the long season. Looking at the bigger picture, the Yankees' strategy appears cautious, but calculated. They're not overpaying for players just to make headlines, nor are they risking the farm system for short-term gain. Instead, they're leveraging what they have, investing in player development, and making selective moves that strengthen the roster without jeopardizing future flexibility. Fans may feel impatient, but there's logic behind holding back on certain trades or signings. The goal is sustained competitiveness rather than a one-off splash that could limit options down the line. Injuries, of course, remain the wild card. The long MLB season is notorious for wear and tear, and the Yankees need to maintain depth at multiple positions, flexibility in the lineup, versatile players who can cover multiple positions, and prospects ready to step in can all make the difference between a playoff run and falling short. This is where the strategic planning of the offseason meets the unpredictable reality of the regular season. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. The New York Yankees may be on the verge of pulling off the most audacious move in franchise history. Sources close to the organization suggest that the Bronx Bombers are preparing to open their coffers like never before, eyeing a signing that could redefine the financial landscape of Major League Baseball. While the club has a long history of splurging on superstar talent, whispers around the league hint that the upcoming acquisition could surpass every dollar spent in the team's storied past. Though no official announcement has been made, insiders claim negotiations are at an advanced stage, with the player in question reportedly commanding a salary that would set a new benchmark, not only for the Yankees, but for the sport as a whole. The identity of this potential superstar remains tightly guarded, but speculation is rife. Could it be a slugger capable of changing the dynamic of the lineup overnight? Or a pitcher whose presence alone would strike fear into the hearts of opposing hitters? Analysts and fans alike are weighing in, each with their own theories, while the Yankees front office maintains an enigmatic silence. Fueling the fire of curiosity and anticipation, industry insiders suggest this move is more than just a financial gamble. It's a statement of intent. With new ownership priorities emphasizing immediate impact, the Yankees appear determined to reassert themselves as the dominant force in baseball. The timing also seems strategic, as whispers indicate the signing could have ripple effects across the league, influencing trades, free agency, and even the competitive balance among rival clubs. Social media has exploded with reaction, ranging from excitement to skepticism, as fans debate whether the investment is worth the risk, or whether it signals a new era of super team mentality in the Bronx. What's certain is that the Yankees are sending a message. They are willing to break records, both on the field and in the ledger, to secure the talent they believe can keep them at the pinnacle of baseball. The coming days are expected to bring either confirmation of the deal or more tantalizing hints, leaving the baseball world on edge. For now, speculation reigns supreme, and the possibility of witnessing the most expensive signing in Yankees history has everyone talking. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.